It's not impressed with your plans, not swayed by your doubts or concerns, and certainly not worried about yesterday. Which brings me to the lesson. The mountain doesn't ask for your past, it asks for your next step. Mount Humphreys, the tallest mountain in Arizona, it wasn't the end game, it was a symbol. One step in a larger promise or commitment I made to myself. To build a stronger, sharper, more durable version of me. Not just physically, but in how I think, how I lead, how I endure. And while I knew I could climb this mountain, I was wrestling with the bigger picture. The same way that a mile or two into a half marathon, your mind starts wondering about what waits around the corner and your ability to overcome. Can I really become that person? The one who does the hard thing, and here's the catch, not once or twice, but every single day. This is not a small change, this is a death and rebirth, a recreation. Becoming someone who chooses discomfort over ease and growth over validation. Because becoming that person means letting go of the person I used to be, and as we all know, that is no easy task. The past is what we know. It's familiar, it's comfortable, even when it's heavy. That whole, I'll choose the devil I know over the devil I don't idea. But the trail, it didn't care. It just stared back at me with one demand. The mountain doesn't ask for your past. It asks for your next step. And so, we did what we set out to do and started climbing. Not to prove I could summit, but to remind myself who I am evolving into. See, every rock, every gust of wind, every burn in my legs, it all has a purpose. Not to punish, but to reveal. To strip away the unnecessary, to leave me raw and focused and present. Up there are no shortcuts. No elevators or escalators. No helicopter dropping you at the top. There is no pretending. It's just you and your breath. And the question, will you carry on? Because the mountain doesn't ask for your past, it asks for your next step. And as we continued onto the ascent, and the air got thinner, and our legs got heavier, the irony became clear. The higher I climbed, the lighter I felt. Because every step forward wasn't just movement, it was release of who I thought I had to be, of who I was pretending to be, of all the baggage I never needed in the first place. I wasn't chasing a view, I was shedding an identity. Creating a new self, like a chisel to stone. And when I reached the top, I was kind of surprised by how I felt. Not so much victorious. I felt honest. Like for the first time in a long time, I was exactly where I was supposed to be. And not because the world says so, but quite simply because I'd earned it. Because I'd adjusted the compass, locked in on a new North Star, and pursued it. There was no audience, there was no celebration, just wind and space and silence. But in that silence, I heard it again. The mountain doesn't ask for your past, it asks for your next step. And so I stood there thinking about life off the mountain, the challenges I still had to face, the moments coming where I'd want to quit, where I knew I'd feel small, where I'd be tempted to shrink back into the old version of me. Just tap the alarm, just have the beer. That version. But now I had something I didn't have before. No trophy, no medal, a memory of what happens when you don't listen to the doubt, when you don't argue with the fear, when you just take the next step. So maybe this isn't really about mountains. Maybe it's about life. About evolution. Because if you're waiting for permission to grow, you'll never get it. It doesn't come in the mail. No one delivers you that green light. If you're clinging to your past for security, you'll never move. But if you let go, if you trust the process, if you take the next step, you'll become someone the old you could never have imagined, and that's the point. The mountain doesn't ask for your past, it asks for your next step. And so does life. Right? You might not be climbing a mountain today, but you're facing one. We all are. For some, it's the courage to leave a job that no longer fits. For others, it's rebuilding after heartbreak. Perhaps it's forgiving yourself, starting again quietly without applause. It's the steps no one sees. That's the thing. Most of life's defining moments aren't loud. They don't come with music and lighting and cinematic buildup. They're silent. They're subtle. They're incredibly easy to avoid, but they're there every day. Maybe your trail is waking up early to chase a goal. Maybe it's walking into a gym for the first time in years. Maybe it's a difficult conversation or finally putting your name behind something you believe in. Whatever it is, it will ask you the same thing that mountain asked me. The world doesn't ask for your past, it asks for your next step. Are you willing? And here's the catch. Your past will fight like hell to stay relevant. It will remind you of every failure. It will whisper, you've never followed through before. Why now? It will say, you're not the kind of person who does this. You know that. And the longer you entertain that voice, the longer you delay becoming the person you're meant to be. Growth isn't about waiting until you feel different. It's about acting different. Until one day you look back and realize you grew into those shoes. So what's your next step? Not your next 10 years, not your perfectly curated plan, just your next step. You don't need to climb the whole mountain today. You just need to move. Because motion silences fear, action builds confidence, and the path, whatever yours looks like, will reveal who you're becoming. Take the step. Even if your legs shake, even if your heart's pounding, even if no one else understands why. In fact, especially then. Because life doesn't ask for your past, it asks for your next step.
Lap 1, 8:19.
There are moments in life that feel like endings. But what if they're simply the next version of you? A question that brings me right to the present moment. It's funny how something so small can undo something so sacred. This time, it's something as arbitrary as back spasms. A sharp pain when I breathe in that kind of moves different places in my upper left back, to my lat, shoulder. And at first it was, kind of an afterthought. It's like, okay, it'll heal, I'll be fine in a few days. After all, part of getting older and lifting is working around these things. You're never 100% perfect. It's been almost 3 weeks now. And instead of healing, it's getting worse, right? It hurts to sleep, hurts to breathe. Even thinking about a pull-up feels like betrayal. And here's the part worth examining. I didn't think it would hit this hard. But, here I am, canceling workouts with friends, texting, hey, sorry man, gotta skip today. That Murph workout I was so pumped to do, that ritual of strength and struggle, shared with people I respect, gone, postponed. Forgotten by everyone except me. And this isn't just me whining, by the way. Like, I'm getting to the point here. I feel less anchored because for me, movement isn't just fitness. It's clarity, it's identity.